May you be open to receive from those who extend kindness, care, compassion to you, Cancer. May you rest peacefully. Under the sheltering wings of divine love, trusting in this gracious presence. May you find little moments of beauty and joy to sustain you. May you keep hope in your heart. May you desire to be healed. May what is wounded in your life be restored to good health. May you be receptive to the ways in which healing needs to happen. May you take good care of yourself, and may you extend compassion to all that hurts within your body, mind, spirit, and may you be patient with the time it takes to heal. May you be aware, May you be aware of the wonder of your body, mind, and spirit, and their ability in returning you to good health. And may you have peace now and always. Cancer, welcome to your heart chakra activation reading, and welcome to Pisces season. Let's go ahead and start off with some deep breaths. I'm going to pull some affirmations here for you guys. I wonder if you guys can see the smoke. Okay, I'm going to keep that there, but I'm going to be safe. I've seen this post, you guys, and I want to share with you. And it said, it's becoming more of a strange world. Protect your energy. Okay. I feel like for some of you, you may be hearing that a lot around you. You may be surrounded by people who is continuing to tell you to keep your energy protected, to take heed, to pay attention, to self-care, to self-soothe, okay? You may be around people who are also protecting you and trying to protect you, perhaps from certain family members. You're needing to have to pay attention, and even more this time around. I also have some notes here for you guys. I just really want to tap in some energies that have been coming up 333 on the timestamp. I'm just having to just go with the rhythm of Pisces season. I feel there has been a lot of quiet time, silence. And while Aquarius season was about expressing and being bold and using your voice, right? Advocating, stepping into Pisces season, we're coming down here and we're looking into paying attention to what our heart is telling us at this time. So glad I have my rose quartz right next to me. We're coming down here, Cancer, and it's been difficult. You're having to move with so much more purpose. Some of you may be relocating and wanting to relocate. This is important. I also feel like you may be having a little bit of anxiety just thinking about it. You may feel a little bit of anxiety in having to figure out how you're going to go about it, the process of it, I believe. Moving from a house to house is what I'm getting. You're in this energy of having to save yourself from somebody. You're having to move from house to house and having to save your energy, okay? Heavy emphasis on protecting your energy. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. When I woke up this morning, I had written on my journal, and I also pulled up some affirmation cards for myself, and I got this card also. Really having to put myself in energy of patience and really trusting myself that anything that I am controlling in this season, beginning of this season, I am to work with. Anything that I can only control for myself, I'm having to work with that. And I am also reminded to tell you, Cancer, to control what you can and to work with it. I also have that in your notes here. Whatever that means for you, however you want to apply that in your life. And I feel like you have been applying that in your life. A lot of patience coming in, okay? You're having to center yourself. Imagine yourself as that pearl in the middle there, in the center. Your flow is impeccable, Cancer, when you are absolutely tapped in. And you work with it the best way you know how, and you always try to find your way out of something, but you also come out of it successfully, is what I'm getting. I accept responsibility for my own well-being. Okay. I feel like I'm getting this is a main factor for some of you. Okay. You don't want to have to put yourself in a position where you are to blame. You are to like almost pointed at. It's not very comfortable, and it has never been comfortable, is what I'm getting. It was never comfortable. But for some reason, you find yourself to be the one, to be the villain, and for people to point fingers at you for some things that you did not do. And so you go back into your flow, Cancer, and always moving with purpose and so much more purpose. And perhaps this is your fuel and having to move forward with so much more purpose. It's just some things that does not make sense, and you're having to put it together, is what I'm getting. But somehow the blame is on you. Okay. I want to pull up some more affirmations here for you guys. You may not agree to where you are with yourself when it comes to showing this. Maybe you may be having a hard time in showing that to yourself. Okay. And you're giving yourself so much of it. You are. And I do believe that you hold so much of that in you. with the world becomes the way that it is, and it becomes also harder for you to show so much love, because you know that when you do, something bad happens, and it's almost like you're being trapped. Like, you feel trapped when you do good, when you're doing something right, when you're doing something good, you feel like you're being trapped, kind of like that. I'm getting that energy here. And you're not appreciating that at all, because you're over here trying to move with purpose, trying to give yourself the self-love, so much more of it every single time. And then when you have gained it for yourself and you are now spreading it around and you're showing it to everybody, it almost feels like people are berating it. 11:11 on the timestamp. People are stomping on it. People are not so much appreciating it and really seeing it for what it is. But instead, they're not agreeing to it the way that maybe you thought they would. You're so obedient and wise, and although some may not agree to this, you wish for everyone to see what you feel and what you see. You are constantly advancing into new regions of the soul. For every new step I take, my body follows. Okay? Like I said, your flow is impeccable when you are absolutely tapped in. I feel I'm getting like, when you get angry, when you feel rage coming up, when you feel anger coming up, that is when you tap into your flow, and then your body just takes you to wherever you feel more comfortable and more at ease. And then when you stay there, you are at your absolute utmost self, highest self. And then here comes somebody trying to take that away from you. I open the door to a new reality. I experience a vast landscape filled with light and extending to infinity in all directions. Heavy emphasis on the color yellow. I just painted my nails yellow yesterday. Always expect the best, never let go so that something good might happen. Let go so that the very best in yourself, your soul, can merge with you. This was on the back of the card, 3-3 on the timestamp. And this is where your body follows. Your mind also may be having to follow your body. Your mind is trying to also catch up with your body and what your body is telling you. I'm getting your mind has been corrupted. Ooh, that was a very loud voice that I just heard. Your mind is corrupted. Your mind is corrupted, and it has been corrupted. It's not your fault. Follow your intuition. Follow your body and what your body is telling you. I am reminded again to let you know, Cancer, that to control what you can and work with that. We're going to move on with tarot now. Control what you can and work with that, and move with so much more purpose. Move holding on to so much more faith in yourself. High hopes. Okay? Where are we mentally, emotionally, physically for our Cancers. We're going to start with where we are emotionally and then work our way to where we are mentally. I think I want to go into where we are mentally first. Okay, let's go into where we are mentally with our Cancers. We're just going to take one. We're feeling vulnerable. It is Pisces season, and we're having to follow and not resist. Okay, we're having to follow and not resist. We're having to pay attention to exactly what our heart is telling us, paying attention to the emotions that are arising, but not neglecting them. And trying not to neglect them, because maybe it gets very difficult for our Cancers to really having to hold on to that and really grasp it and then grounding ourselves in it. I have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, this is where we are mentally, and the 5 of Swords, right? Difficulty. You're holding your ground. See the way he's holding his sword down like that. He's got 2 on his left, right? He's holding 2 on his left and then 1 pointed down. And what I'm getting with this is like really having to keep yourself grounded. Okay. Swords represents air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Has a lot to do with the mind. You're having to put yourself in a place of victory. But your mind does not feel like that. And perhaps for some of you, it has not feel like it has been in victor. You feel like it has been corrupted. Okay. Number 3 can also be significant. You're having to regain here. You're having to take something back. And not putting yourself in this, because this is not who you are. And this is not also what you do, is what I'm getting. But for some reason, you are being looked at as one who does. Ugh. And it's like you're having to just put your foot down this time around. Like you're having realizations. You're having realizations on where you are with yourself and knowing where you are with yourself. And you're telling yourself this time around, I am going to have a victor mentality and not one in scarcity. Because perhaps it's not you who's doing this. This is actually you trying to get yourself back up and moving with so much more purpose. Yes? And I'm getting like as much as you are trying to control what you can, as much as you are trying to control so much of what you can, even that is also being taken away. Okay, where are we emotionally? I'm getting like when you guys get silly, you guys get really silly. Like silly billies, silly goose. Silly goose. I picked that up earlier. Also, I picked up that some of you guys love hard-boiled eggs. So random, right? Ooh, emotionally, I have the World card. You're just like done. You're just done. You're just May you find little moments of beauty and joy to sustain you. May you keep hope in your heart, and may you desire to be healed. May what is wounded in your life be restored to good health. I was also getting earlier, 2020 on the timestamp, I was also getting earlier when I was pre-shuffling on your energy, Cancer, that you're wanting to relocate. I think I said that already. You're wanting to relocate. There's something about when you were a little kid, you may be one who's trying to save your childhood, your inner child. You may be one who didn't have a childhood. You felt like your childhood was pretty much stripped away from you. You had a very traumatizing childhood, and you're going, when did I become an adult, and when did I become so responsible and grew up so fast when I didn't even have a childhood? And you wish to have that back. Like, you wish to have your childhood back. And that's probably something that you're tapping into more, when you're in your flow. When you're in your flow, you are also tapped into your inner child. You feel more like yourself. You feel more like that woman and that man, that little girl, that boy that you know yourself to be truly, genuinely. And a lot of that is coming to surface in Pisces season, very emotional. And you're going to yourself, I wish that I can go back to my childhood and feel it all over again. Not the bad, but you wishing that it could have been different. You wishing that, if it wasn't for this and if it wasn't for that, that it would be better. And that is also something that you are also trying to heal from and restoring yourself from. Okay. Physically, 2222 on the timestamp. This is where we are, the Lovers. Heavy emphasis on the color yellow once again. Okay. Also, look into your crown chakra. What you are seeing right now, okay? Pay attention to what you are seeing. That's very interesting. Pay attention to what you are also feeling, Cancer. Where you are right now, you may not like, you may not agree with. Whether that would be in terms of where you are physically, your environment, you may not agree to that. Because you're having to defend yourself. You're having to find yourself in defense mode more than, just being at ease. Okay. Breathe. Breath is sacred. To replenish yourself, slowly inhale wellness and clarity to a count of 6, then exhale stress to a count of 6. This is what I got in the cut when I picked it up. Breathe. Let yourself be more at ease. You see, it's so hard to be more at ease when your environment does not make you feel more at ease. And why do you feel this way? Why is the people, whoever is doing this to you, and the environment that you're in, why has it become this way, is what I'm hearing. Physically, you are I'm getting like being more enlightened. You feel more enlightened, okay? Exactly. Coming back to feeling more of like how you were when you were a little kid. because that, when you think about that, that gives you more comfort. When you think about that, it puts you at ease. Cancer! Remember how I told you earlier when I got this from myself as well? Earlier? Okay, so I pulled 2, and I also got this from myself also. Comfort is an inside job. Speak to yourself in a loving, positive way. Do something that nourishes you. Know, in this moment, all is well. Comfort. Be comfort. Be a comfort to yourself. I'm hearing you know this well. You've done a lot of practice on this, is what I'm getting. For every new step I take, my body follows. Watch for the cosmic wink. Magic comes when spirit winks at you. Stay aware of synchronicities that provide unexpected answers. Positive forces are always at play in your life. The signs matter. In times of difficulty, the signs matter. Yesterday, I was sitting in the backyard, and since Pisces season has started, I have been feeling a little overwhelmed with emotions. So I've been like moving my body. I've been doing all the necessary comfort, that I need, and soothing myself. And while I was sitting in the backyard, I seen a hummingbird. And every time I see a hummingbird, instantly it brings me at ease. It tells me every time, like, my body becomes more calm. And then that's when I know I'm going to be okay. It's like that bird, that hummingbird, came to say hello and is telling me that everything is going to be okay. And that the universe is with me every step of the way. It is like a comfort coming from the universe, right? It's like the universe giving you this big hug and showing you and letting you know that you are not alone. When times get really tough and even you feel like you can't give yourself the self-care, and times when you feel like you can't even give yourself the comfort because it's become way too much, whether that would be mentally or emotionally, the signs matter. The signs will come if you believe, and you have to. You got to. And it, like what I said when I seen that post, the world is becoming stranger. Protect your energy. Know where you are with yourself. Know who you are. Separated from the rest. That is what is important. We don't want to confuse ourselves even more than we are because of what the world is feeding our mind and shaking us up inside and then turning against us, and also really confusing us emotionally. When we pick up on the energy on the outside, it's like we become so confused and we start to think about who we really are, which is good because it's important to come back in and ask yourself, who am I? What am I here to do? What is my purpose here? And while you are still breathing, Cancer, I would like to also remind you, while you are still breathing and alive, you still have a purpose here. Know that. Know that while you are still alive and you are still breathing, You have a purpose here. And like I said earlier, move with so much more purpose. Be in your flow. Don't be afraid to be on your flow, in your flow, just because everybody disagrees. That's the hardest part, but it is something that you also have to believe. How much of us can confuse ourselves and get influenced and get stuck in other people's deception and getting ourselves stuck in other people's deception, picking up on that energy when it's not ours to begin with. No, it is not. I'm getting here. I want to clarify this, lovers. This is becoming longer than I thought. Clarifying, oh, okay. The Knight of Cups, clarifying the lovers here, okay? I'm getting that you meet people halfway. You're not one to harm. You're not one to bring ill will. No. I don't know. I'm going back to like your last reading. Okay, I actually need to go back and watch you guys' reading. But I'm getting that I believe I had mentioned this in the last reading. If you guys want to watch that and go back to that, that you meet people in the middle and you are not one to bring harm, bring ill will. No, that's not your intention. But because you pick up so much in other people's energy, sometimes you become deceptive to yourself because of other people's deception, is what I'm getting here. And so you have trouble identifying where you are with that, and then you come back to this. You are the one to blame, but perhaps it wasn't you to begin with. Okay. You are obedient and wise. Remember what I said. The love that you give, abounding love. It's an inside job and you forget to do it for yourself, returning back to yourself and giving yourself that love. The world is just becoming stranger and weirder. It's not your fault. Cancer. Ooh, I'm getting the song Ma Chérie Amor. How does it go? How does the rest go? Ma Chérie Amor. 3-3-3-3. Pretty little one that I adore. You're the only girl my heart beats for. How I wish that you were mine. La 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 la. Cancer, thank you for your energy. I love you guys so much. Please take care of yourselves. And let Pisces season bring you hope. I'm hearing joy, stability, and wherever you decide to go from here, know that it came from a good place. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next. Take care. Bye, Cancer.